Good day, everyone. My name is WAN SITI RODZIAH MOHD NASIR. Today, I will be presenting our research titled The Evolution of Time Series Architectures for Dengue Forecasting. This study is a systematic literature review that tracks the critical transition in epidemiological modeling, moving from the parametric rigidity of early mathematics to the neural flexibility of modern artificial intelligence. We begin with the urgency of the situation. As of early 2024, the WHO reported over 7.6 million cases and 3,000 deaths globally. Despite decades of data, our current surveillance systems are often overwhelmed. Why? Because they are reactive. Most existing systems lack the computational sophistication to see an abrupt surge coming. They rely on linear models that flatline when faced with the actual nonlinear reality of an epidemic. Rapid urbanization and shifting climates have made the old rules of thumb obsolete. Historically, we have been stuck in a methodological stagnation. On one hand, mechanistic models prioritize biological logic but lack predictive precision. On the other, statistical frameworks like ARIMA are interpretable but collapse under volatile, high-frequency data. Even early deep learning has a blind spot, the data resolution gap. We have been feeding sophisticated models static climate data while ignoring the real-time human mobility that actually moves the virus. To address this, our study establishes a technical roadmap focused on three objectives. 1. Architectural evolution. How have we moved from statistical to deep learning eras? 2. Peak surge reliability. Which paradigms actually hold up during an abrupt outbreak? And 3. Next-gen frontiers. What are the gaps in spatiotemporal awareness that we must close? To ensure this review is reproducible and rigorous, we utilized the PRISMA 2020 protocol. We didn't just look at regional reports, we targeted high-impact peer-reviewed databases like Scopus, Web of Science, and IEEE Explore. This multidisciplinary approach ensures our benchmarks are grounded in both medical epidemiology and computational engineering. We defined our study boundaries using the PICO framework. A. Population, human populations in hyperendemic regions. B. Interest, time series architectures engineered to resolve stochastic shocks. C. Context, the shift from simple models to multimodal feature fusion. We specifically looked for how models preserve memory to prioritize biological lag signals, like the time it takes for a mosquito to become infectious after biting a host. Our search spanned 4 decades from 1980s foundations to 2025 transformer paradigms. We used an iterative strategy, combining Boolean search strings with manual bibliography snowballing. This ensured we didn't miss the missing links, those pivotal studies that introduced gated recurrent units or attention mechanisms into health forecasting. Not all data is equal. We used a rigorous screening funnel to distill the signal from the noise. To be included, a study must have 1. Reported standardized math metrics like RMSE or MAPE. 2. Utilized cross-validation to prove they weren't just overfitting to a single city. 3. Focused on human-centric incidents, not just mosquito counts. To defend against illusionary accuracy, we applied the CHARMS checklist. Many deep learning models show high accuracy on paper but fail in the real world due to data leakage. We verified data source clarity and normalization protocols for all 132 finalized journals. The goal was to find models with genuine predictive power on unseen future data. The result of this synthesis is a definitive trajectory, from parametric rigidity to neural flexibility. In the statistical era, models were rigid and linear. In the machine learning era, they became flexible but were limited by manual feature engineering. Today, in the deep learning era, we use sequential neural logic. Our analysis shows a marked decrease in error metrics, MAPE, as we move toward these hybrid frameworks. Our multi-decadal archive shows a massive technological surge starting in 2020. This marks a profound paradigm shift. the global focus has localized on hyperendemic urban centers, moving beyond legacy assumptions to embrace high-dimensional representations of how disease actually spreads. This matrix compares the eras. Statistical relied on Box-Jenkins and Sarima, good for seasonality but failed at surges. Machine learning introduced feature fusion and achieved over 92% accuracy in studies like Nijad and Varathan. Deep learning utilized LSTM memory to resolve the vanishing gradient problem. Hybrid era, this is our current pinnacle, coupling mechanistic SEIR rules with AI to gain 20 to 60 weeks of lead time. Theme 1 highlights the failure of linear stationarity. Models like ARIMA act as reliable seasonal benchmarks, but their rigidity makes them blind to high-frequency volatility caused by climate shocks. As Mendoza, 2024, noted, they are disqualified as standalone operational solutions because they cannot capture explosive surges. Theme 2 is about the complexity engine. Machine learning models like random forest allow data to dictate the strength of interactions. A major breakthrough here was the temporain factor, TRF, which quantified the information gained from climatic lags, allowing algorithms to uncover patterns across varied topographies without predefined assumptions. Theme 3 represents the shift to neuromorphic architectures. By using convolutional layers for feature extraction and LSTM layers for memory, these models can handle long-term temporal interactions. They successfully model multi-month dependencies, which is crucial for diseases like dengue that have long biological incubation periods. Why the transition? Because the biological reality is defined by nonlinear thresholds. A small increase in temperature doesn't always mean a small increase in cases. It might trigger an explosive surge once a threshold is hit. Neural flexibility bypasses fixed seasonal windows to capture these thresholds. This is how LSTMs work, memory gating. They act like a filter, allowing biological lag signals into the memory bank while flushing out irrelevant reporting noise. This ensures the model's learning window aligns with the true viral incubation period. We must also bridge the spatial gap. The old assumption was geographic adjacency, that a city only catches dengue from its neighbor. But in a mobile world, distant urban centers are connected by travel. Graph neural networks, GNNs, mirror this functional connectivity, anticipating surges in connected regions even if they lack local climatic triggers. The current pinnacle is physics-informed AI. We take mechanistic rules, like vector life cycles, and combine them with neural error correction. This residual intelligence ensures the model stays clinically realistic while benefiting from the high-dimensional power of deep learning. In conclusion, we have mapped the interplay between host, vector, and environment. Statistical baselines proved periodicity, machine learning quantified climatic gain, and sequential architectures finally automated the identification of spatial diffusion. This integration is the only way to combat the escalating global burden of dengue. Our roadmap for the future involves A. Integrating real-time mobility data. B. Implementing explainable AI standards. C. Deploying foundation models, transformers, for zero-shot forecasting in data-scarce regions. Lastly, strategic investment in data collection is the final bridge to global health security. Our roadmap for the future involves A. Integrating real-time mobility data. B. Implementing explainable AI standards. C. Deploying foundation models, transformers, for zero-shot forecasting in data-scarce regions. Lastly, strategic investment in data collection is the final bridge to global health security. That's all for today. Thank you.